Iowa Congressman Steve King is back on his home turf this weekend and fighting back against claims that he has defended white supremacy. The backlash erupting after an interview the congressman gave to the New York Times, questioning why terms like white nationalists and white supremacists were offensive. The comments led King's own party leaders to strip him of his committee assignments. At a town hall, the Iowa Republican continued to claim that he's not a racist. Here now is CNN's Sarah Seidner.
First of all, the big subject that's before us all, that some might refer to as the elephant in the room, is the situation of a New York Times quote.
A quote that his own party thought was so racist, they stripped Congressman Steve King of his congressional committee assignments. In it, he says, white nationalist, white supremacist, Western civilization. How did that language become offensive? Why did I sit in classes teaching me about the merits of our history and our civilization?
He chose those words and punctuated them the way he did. But what I was addressing was not those terms of white supremacy or white nationalism, but when I said, why did that language become offensive, I was speaking exclusively and directly about Western civilization. They are denigrating Western civilization today.
King spoke to his constituents in Primgar, Iowa, his first town hall since the controversy. Primgar's claim to fame, the only place in the world named Primgar. It is a town with a mayor, but no stoplight, an elementary school, but no high school, a place small enough where most residents know each other by name.
I didn't even know he was coming until earlier this week. They announced it.
King gave his Twitter followers a 5-minute warning. I will be starting a potentially volatile town hall in Primgar, Iowa, he posted. He then walked into what turned out to be a very warm reception.
Thank you. Wow.
And we love your conservatism, and we pray that they never silence you.
One adoring constituent praised him and said she is bothered by what she called reverse racism. King agreed and then pivots.
And one of the things that I was bothered by when you had this problem was the reverse racism toward a white European man that founded this country. And that's the values that we're built on. And we have to be embarrassed to say anymore that we're white European background. And I think that is wrong. And I think we need to push back. And I think we need to take the sting out of the words racism.
We can do the things that you've described, and we can at the same time embrace everything that Dr. Martin Luther King taught us, all at the same time. And if we had stuck with his vision, we wouldn't be in the place we're in today in this society, in this country.
There were a few frustrations expressed, one constituent asking for help invigorating her small town's economy.
What are you tangibly going to do, like in Congress? Fight for us, advocate for us? I need tangible actions.
Well, would you give me a tangible recommendation?
I don't know. I'm just so frustrated.
Another gentleman asking how the congressman plans to help with the lack of visas for migrant workers to help work the farms.
What are you doing to help the temporary ag worker program?
Until we can secure our border, we aren't going to be able to have a constructive dialogue on the balance of this. But I will support a bonded program, and a bonded program that is hopefully tailored to meet some of these labor needs that we have.
Not a single person asked about his prior racist comments. But when we asked what his constituents thought about his comments, we got an earful. Are you concerned that you have a congressman who is racist?
I do have a congressman who's racist. I was concerned about it during the whole last election cycle. That's why I worked hard for his opponent, J.D. Skolton, because I know my congressman's a racist.
He's a good Christian man. He's. If he was a racist, I wouldn't be his friend. I'm not a racist. I have relatives, brother-in-laws, nieces, nephews that are black. Okay.
But you do realize that language, I have a friend that's black, I have a family member that's black. A lot of people see that as somebody who's trying to cover up racist beliefs.
Just you saying that makes, as far as I'm concerned, makes you racist. You thinking I'm a racist because I'm white?
No, I'm just telling you that some of the language that you're using and some of the language that Congressman King has used.
I think the language you're using is racist.
Okay. what you were quoted. King didn't hang around to answer that question or any others from reporters. And when you talk about they in civilization making a problem, who do you mean by they?
I've just got to go. I'm sorry, but let me close the door, please.
Sarah Seidner, CNN, Grimgar, Iowa.